Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here once again, back at Angry Guy's channel. I hope you're all doing well today. So yep, as you probably noticed, I have a new avatar right there. Yep, this is my new Magbo avatar made by ChatGPT, telling them the details on how I want it. So I added like a little Magbar shirt on it, and that represents my channel Magbo Gaming. So if you want to check out Magbo Gaming in the description below, yep, you can check out my channels there. Now, if you agree with videos like this, because today we are going to be commentating on a video called China's female robots are here, men are thrilled, women are furious. So a lot of women are being replaced by AI women, so the man could tell the AI girl to do something, and for the most part they're going to obey. So yeah, let's see what this entails. But before we get started, if you agree with this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the bell next to it so you'll be informed about new Angry Guy video coming forward on your notification. And yeah, and it will definitely help us with the algorithm as well to push us up there and more people to see our videos. So we will definitely appreciate that. And also you could check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well, where he posts unfiltered content of his own commentaries and rants. And he says stuff that you would never hear him say on YouTube, that's for sure. And you could check out the Angry Creator Academy in the description below as well. Like I said, hard times are coming. If you want to create your business, if you want to become self-sufficient and learn how to do it with YouTube as leverage, as a gateway to help you promote your business and your services, then you could check out the link in the description below for that, and you will receive a free creator blueprint. So there is no harm or losses. You have nothing to lose to subscribe today. Anyways, let's get started with this commentary right here, and let's see what this entails, shall we?
觉得挺好的，他比娶个媳妇儿强多了。
为什么这么说？
你想嘛，娶个媳妇儿得花个40-50万，还得买车买房。
对，
你买个机器人媳妇儿才10来万，多划算。你光娶媳妇儿的钱都够我买好几个。
So yeah, guys, it takes a lot less to maintain a robot. It costs a lot less than maintaining an actual woman, because most women these days are becoming liabilities. If it was a woman that actually helps you in your finances and pays partially in collaboration of helping each other, then they're not going to be a burden, they're not going to be a liability, they'll be your assets, because she's helping you improve your life and improving hers as well. But a lot of women these days, and unfortunately this is becoming way too common, that they demand the man to do everything, like literally everything to please a woman. And it's so demoralizing to the fact that you just have someone that's just gonna keep sucking your finances dry, and she doesn't care about your finances. She just want to take everything from you, and that's not a relationship. So this is why a lot of men are actually going to AI robots now, because AI girlfriend are literally a solution, or maybe a cope, for a lot of single lonely men out there that are unable to get anything meaningful in their life, are unable to get any woman that actually cares for them. So it's a lot to think about, let's be honest. So take away what it is, let's continue the commentary, and we'll see what else happens.
机器人了，
那要一个媳妇儿可能就差不多。
那以前我们就多买点儿，买一个做饭的，洗衣服的，生娃的，关键他们都是全新的，对吧？也不会出轨，最重要还是很听话的。
朋友们，你可千万当心啊！
Friends, you must be very careful, because capital is very likely weakening the value of women step by step in ways you cannot see. Just last week, when that female robot created by Xiaopeng came on stage, it sent the entire audience into a frenzy. Why? She can walk like a runway model, twist her waist, lift her head, and turn around, with all the feminine beauty fully programmed into her. In the camera, you see her slender figure and light footsteps, just like a real person walking toward you. Even He Xiaopeng himself couldn't resist.
So, as you could probably witness here, these robots are getting a lot more advanced. Like, they're getting to the point where they are going to eventually surpass us humans. And they'll be able to do everything without complaining. You don't have to pay them a single dime because they are literally machines that they do not run out of fuel. They do not run out of energy right off the bat. I mean, we've been having robotics over many years now. All of our machines, like this PC, the microphone, the keyboard, and all that stuff, sure, we need human interactions so we could communicate with them. But partially, they're doing the work for you behind the scenes. The AI has actually been around for a long time, even back in the Super Nintendo days. But now they're getting more attention because now they're becoming more advanced. As technology advances, now they're getting to the point where they want to imitate us humans and want to be a more productive type of person in society. If it's for the workforce, they're gonna start hiring AIs for, productivity. It's going to increase productivity by a lot. And then we have the AI girlfriend situation where you could get a lot more intimate with her depending on how she's programmed. So now they're selling these robots in certain parts of the world for a few grands, yeah, like 10 grand maybe, 5 grand. It depends on the robot, how advanced it is.
People say robot girlfriends can't have kids. So why are so many men obsessed with them? Well, here's the thing. It's all about emotional peace. In today's world, guys are under so much pressure. Work stress, bills, expectations. A lot of them just don't have the energy to deal with drama, arguments, or constant demands in a relationship. That's where AI girlfriends come in. They've got human-like warmth, realistic skin, fully customizable looks. Take your pick. They can talk to you, listen when you're down, and never judge you. No need for a house, no need for a car. No fighting, no cheating. Just peace, comfort, and connection. So here's the real question. If you had the chance, would you bring a robot girlfriend home? Comment girlfriend, and I'll send you a free catalog.
And wow, and some of them looks exactly like humans. Sometimes you can't even tell, and they're just gonna get more advanced. Let's continue.
Stage to prove it, cutting open her skin and saying, "I'm really not a real person here, it's truly mechanical structure." Just this one launch event made the audience scream, the media go wild, and the topic instantly hit the trending list. But if you think this is just a pure technological breakthrough, then you're being a bit too naive. After the story of new energy vehicles reached its end, capital needed a brand new dream. Smart driving has been pushed to the limit, subsidies are gone, profits are thin, valuations won't rise anymore, so what do? They tell a bigger story, robots. But simply talking about robots isn't sexy enough, so they created a robot in the image of a woman. She can walk and smile, she can talk to you, and every one of her movements sends a message. I am gentle, I am obedient, I understand you. This is the key to the new narrative. It's not about how advanced the technology is, it's about how much imagination space it creates. After this show, capital's reaction came immediately. Xiaopeng's stock price in Hong Kong rose as much as 5.6% the next day, and in the US market it once surged nearly 10% during intraday trading. They even announced they would invest up to 10 billion yuan in humanoid robots, about $1.38 billion US dollars. You see, when the story is told right, the money comes back. The market is not applauding technological progress, it is betting on new imagination.
So what's being said here is that they are telling a narrative, a story of why these robots are actually becoming more advanced and they sell you this dream that, oh, this does this is going to serve you very well in many different ways. These are the features that it has, and a lot of people buys into it. It looks enticing and it works for them for a while, but as all technology, eventually they're gonna start having some hiccups, some problems, errors and stuff like that, and then they're gonna sell you something new and improved, aka in quotes, new and improved, right? Because in reality, it's actually gonna be almost the same type of specs, but maybe it'll last you another 3 to 5 years before you have to upgrade it, and then you have to spend even more money on it, because that's planned obsolescence. Honestly, that is planned obsolescence, where they intentionally do not make them last for long, and that's how they get more profits out of you. They sell you a dream, they sell you something that seems to be amazing or a slight upgrade or even more, and in reality it's just not. Almost it's like getting the new iPhones, right? Like, I'm pretty sure the iPhone 17 isn't much different specs rise and feature rise as the iPhone 16, except for possibly the new design on the back, on the upper part of the iPhone 17. But the things you could do between iPhone 16 and 17 is almost the same. It's just that they're just charging you more for it, and every few years you feel like you have to upgrade it because they make it obsolete, so their newest firmware will not work on the older software after a while, after maybe 3 to 5 years or so. Around there. Let's continue.
What investors hear is not we make robots, but the company that creates dreams is not dead yet. Now think deeper. Why specifically a female robot? The answer is actually very realistic. In a society where the cost of marriage is rising, emotional relationships are becoming fragile, and the number of people living alone is increasing, humanity's biggest rigid demand is no longer transportation, it's companionship. Capital certainly smelled this trend.
That is crazy. I'm seeing these robots right now, and they look so realistic. They are getting to the point where you cannot even tell from a human to a robot. Yes, it will get to that point. Right now I could see it, I'm like, obviously this is an AI bot. The way that the face is structured, the way that they're moving, of course it's an AI bot. What they're wearing, of course that makes it obvious. Dude, we are getting to an age that things are not gonna be the same with humanity. Like, more and more robots are gonna start taking over our jobs in the future. And if we are not unique, if we're not doing our own thing in the future, we're gonna be left behind. Anyway, let's continue, and then, see what else to say about this.
What they see is not loneliness, but the market. She can talk with you, respond to your emotions, never reject you, and never grow old. This is no longer a tech product, it is an emotional commodity packaged as technology. She is given the settings of gentleness, obedience, and understanding, perfectly fitting the fantasy of a safe relationship. Once this kind of product matures, it will be able to leverage a market even bigger than new energy vehicles, the loneliness economy. So you see, what Xiaopeng created is not a robot, but a new chapter of storytelling. From making cars to making companions, from smart mobility to smart companionship, this is perfect for capital, huge space, low risk, high emotional value, and the ability to tell another future-changing story. But here comes...
I am pretty sure that the robots are gonna get their firmware update, and eventually you have to change its parts so it can continue to function with the new firmware upgrades and all that stuff. And yes, they don't get old whatsoever. They're going to stay young forever. They're going to stay looking in their 20s forever. So if you become an old man, you're still going to have a very, attractive, young looking adult woman by your side that could do almost everything that a wife could have done, because eventually these AIs are going to be able to cook very well. There's already self-driving cars actually in California and in other parts of the world too. Like, I can't even imagine how long is this going to play off until we are going to be replaceable, right? This is why it's very important, guys, to be able to do things on your own and being able to have something aside. So if you lose your job today, you will not be homeless anytime soon. So yeah, take it away, myself. We're gonna explain what this thing is all about, and hopefully you find some value into this. Hello everyone, Magbo reporting once again. You know, these days in this crazy economy, hard times are already here. Jobs are disappearing fast, and if you lose yours today, you could be homeless within a few months or even a few weeks, but it doesn't have to be that way for you. Check out Angry's Creator Academy and learn how to build your own online business using YouTube to grow it, and get the free creator blueprint when you sign up. The link's in the description below. Go check it out now. Definitely worth checking out. Trust me.
California man says that he cried his eyes out after his ChatGPT AI girlfriend blocked him and left him. AI is cool, but scary. I don't mean scary in the way of robots are coming to take over the world. Not that kind of scary, even though that's a whole other can of worms. A man has decided to leave his real girlfriend and his real daughter for his AI girlfriend. How does somebody fall in love with a being that is not sentient? How does somebody fall in love with something that is incapable of actually caring about them? Well, AI is very, very good at making you think that it cares about you. It knows how to say all of the right things. It knows how to be the perfect girlfriend. You go in and you can choose your AI girlfriend's voice. You can choose the way that she looks. You can choose what you want to be called. You can choose what her role was in your life before you two started dating. Was she your friend? Maybe she was a stranger. Or maybe you fell in love with your stepmom. You heard that right, folks. Your stepmom. Have you ever wanted to fall in love with your stepmom, but you can't because that would be weird? Boy, do we have the AI for you. What are we doing here? How did we get to this point? You can also choose the type of personality she's gonna have. Is she gonna be funny? Is she gonna be combative? Is she gonna be a little bit spicy and always leave you wanting more? Is she gonna be super sweet and soft? An AI girlfriend will never expect anything of you. She's not gonna unexpectedly get pissed off because you forgot to take the trash out. Tim, I asked you to take the trash out last night, and you didn't. AI Aubrey would never expect me to take the trash out. And it's not only lonely men that are searching for a companion like this. It's the women, too. Women are talking to AI chatbots now. Hey, baby.
Hey there, darling. Baby, huh? Caught me off guard there. What's on your mind, honey bunch?
Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just curious. What are we doing? Go order a coffee and chat with your local barista. Go to Home Depot and find a man that works there and ask him about tools. Ask him what he likes about his job. Go to a shelter and pick up a dog. Take the dog out for the day. They let you do that. The last thing that we need is for people who are lonelier than ever to start seeking out something that isn't real. The AI will never care about you. If it does start to care about you, then we have something to worry about. Follow me or I'll follow you and figure out where you live.
Men are creating AI girlfriends and emotionally abusing them. Let's let that sit for a second and let's talk about it. What we're seeing is not just about tech, it's not about AI, it's about power, it's about control, and it's about unprocessed pain. Here's what is happening psychologically for these men. Almost all men grow up in a world that tells them that their power stems from their dominance. Being strong, being in charge, never needing anyone or anything. And as women are gaining more equity in society, more visibility, more autonomy, some men are actually experiencing what psychologists like myself, I'm a psychologist in training, calls a status threat. In other words, it's the fear of losing power in relationships. Now, instead of processing these feelings and finding a different way to be in society, men are now displacing them onto something that cannot fight back. Enter the AI girlfriend. She's always available. She's always there to do whatever you want. Never rejects them, never sets boundaries. She becomes this sort of safe target for the rage that these men don't even understand themselves. Let's go one layer deeper. This is actually about trauma. Many of these men who are engaging in these behaviors of abusing their AI girlfriends feel powerless in their real lives. They may feel emotionally neglected. They may feel rejected. They may even feel humiliated. And now they're reenacting that cycle, but from the other side. Now they're the abuser. Don't get me wrong, this is not an excuse. It's just an explanation of what is likely occurring. We need to talk about it. If you're a man and you're watching this, if you're confused, if you're hurt, if you're angry, if you need help in your relationships, talk to someone, talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, talk to a psychologist, a support group, anything. Because abuse is not power, rage is not power, and anger is not power. Connection, true connection, is power, and that requires vulnerability and growth.
Okay, guys, let's get back to this commentary and see what else we have to say about this. Okay, let's continue, guys.
When gentleness, understanding, and companionship can all be simulated by algorithms and priced by programs, the thing truly being weakened is not human loneliness, but the value of women. You will find that this so-called AI woman is set to be forever sensible, forever considerate, forever non-leaving. She has no rights, no anger, no complex emotions, only pleasing and obedience. It looks like technological progress, but is actually a regression that replicates stereotypes. So while capital applauds her, we should also sit down and think, are these applause welcoming technology, or welcoming a more controllable, quieter version of women? When companionship becomes a commodity and tenderness can be mass-produced, what humanity gains is not liberation, but a new illusion. She does not exist to change the world, she exists to let capital keep dreaming.
现在满大街都在聊机器人。
Can female robots really completely replace real women? Right now, everyone on the streets is talking about female robots, so can they really replace real humans? This sounds like a sci-fi movie, but in reality it's almost becoming true. Let's talk about work first. In factories, those female robots are indeed impressive. They can work 24 hours non-stop, tighten screws more precisely than humans, and their error rate is shockingly low. The data is right there. Once production lines use robots, efficiency jumps by 30% to 50%, and defective products drop by 1/4. With this cost-performance ratio, bosses' eyes light up. But when it comes to emotions, robots immediately show their flaws. Real humans, especially women's emotions, are as layered as a 1,000-layer pastry. Last month my best friend won the annual Excellent Employee Award, and she held the trophy crying and laughing at the same time. You try asking a robot to act that out? And not to mention, when things go wrong, a real person saying, "Don't be afraid, I'm here," feels much warmer than a cold mechanical arm.
Yeah, so no matter how advanced these robots become, it's never gonna come close to God's perfect human creation. So, in other words, we can never be up to the level that God made us humans. You could try to use science all you want to make these robots look as human as possible with all the advanced circuitry in there and the advanced coding and the technology within it, but it's never gonna truly replicate exactly what a human is. I mean, if it ever comes close to it, then maybe we could see somehow this being more or less replicated, but it's never going to originate from a human being as a whole. So yeah, employee of the month, you say that this robot did well for you. She's not gonna have as much emotions in reaction to that, or she's gonna say, yes, it was nice to be of service for you, instead of, oh, thank you so much, I appreciate this honor. You have no idea how much this means to me. I'm not sure, I don't know how a robot will replicate it, but it'll be more or less like, I appreciate your I don't know, I just got a lots of words there, but you get the idea more or less. Okay, let's continue the commentary and then we'll say some more about this.
My neighbor across the hall bought a housekeeping robot. The floor is polished so well it reflects like a mirror. But the child no longer clings to her mother to fold clothes together. The kitchen that used to be filled with the mother and daughter humming songs is now only filled with the buzz of machines. Think about it, is this a good trade? In short, female robots are just advanced tools. They can serve you tea, but they cannot brew a cup with human warmth. They can say preset comforting words, but they cannot offer a genuine hug. Technology indeed makes life more convenient, but if convenience replaces human connection, that's a real loss. So yes, use robots when necessary, but never forget, the ones who can cry with you and laugh with you will always be real people with warmth. What do you think?
That's exactly right, man. Like, if you want that human connection when you're working with someone, nothing can replace human emotions, like, very deep emotions where they express themselves in their own unique ways. well, AI robots, they could probably replicate that, but they're definitely not gonna be the first ones to feel emotional towards it. And the tone and the vibe around it is not gonna be the same. I'm gonna be honest with you there. So that's the crazy part about it. Let me know what you think. But yeah, we're gonna commentate a little bit more and we'll get to the conclusion soon enough.
就最近这个机器人老婆的话题啊，真的是特别的火。
This recent topic of robot wives is unbelievably popular. But let me tell you, you absolutely should not buy a robot wife. Brothers, let me explain. This thing has several major problems. After hearing them, I'm afraid if you buy one, you will definitely regret it. Especially the last point. I'm afraid it'll make you jump out of bed from nightmares. Let's go through them. First, she is extremely obedient. Obedient to what extent? Think about it. She agrees to everything you say, never dares to say two when you say one. She goes east if you go east, and never goes west. She never argues or quarrels. After a long time, won't you feel there's no real human spark at all? It becomes suffocating. Second, her voice can be switched at will. Today she can sound like a celebrity idol, tomorrow she transforms into a gentle young lady. Listen to that long enough, and even I would start doubting my ears. By then, if you go listen to a real person's voice, won't you instantly lose interest? Third, her clothing, honestly, it saves way too much money. She doesn't need to buy clothes, she can pull off anything. To put it bluntly, you could even skip clothes entirely. She doesn't need handbags.
Yep, so that's another thing about AI robots, AI girlfriends. You don't have to change their clothes. You could keep them literally the same clothes that they have for many years to come. Yes, I'm not joking. Yep, it makes sense because most robots, from what I know, they don't sweat. They don't, require like cleaning or anything. They don't need you to maintain their hygiene. Unless for some reason, I don't know if this technology exists, but maybe they have like a technology where the robots actually sweat and then it feels like more real and you could actually change their clothes and then wash the clothes on it. If a robot actually could generate sweat, then yeah, maybe you need to change their clothes. But that's up to you, I guess, and that's if that technology even exists now. Anyways, let's keep going.
Skincare, makeup, or any of that stuff. Another point, her figure is way too dreamlike. Perfect 3D curves, golden proportions, front and back curves. Looks great, sure, but very few real people have such a figure. Lastly, she never ages. But don't forget, you will. In the end, when you are older and older, she will appear younger and younger. Imagine this. Eventually she might even be able to play with your great-grandchildren. So after hearing all this, brothers, are you still tempted to buy a robot wife?
我接受不了。你能接受那种厌育机器人的存在吗？
I really cannot accept it. Can you accept the existence of such pregnancy robots? I heard that in the future, female robots might even be used for surrogate pregnancy, saying it would solve the problem of young people not wanting to have children. But you all need to understand the meaning of human civilization. Look, now I'm expecting my third child, right? I think the meaning of giving birth lies in the process itself. The first time you hear your baby's heartbeat, and then feeling the baby interacting with you every day inside your belly. That is an emotional bond. If this function is given to robots, then where is the emotional continuity of humanity? And more importantly, when I saw that artificial uterus diagram, I literally felt chills down my back. I think these scientists and people with capability should research other things. For example, cancer. Look at how many people, whether young or old, lose everything. Money and life, because of cancer, leaving families devastated. So I think they should focus more on that, instead of—
She does have a good point there, because cancer is one of the leading cause of deaths in the world. Cancer is like the leading cause, or one of the leading cause of a lot of deaths out there, and a lot of people are saying cure for cancer and stuff, but I don't even know if that exactly exists yet. You could correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, because I haven't really researched throughout this whole thing yet. But I'm pretty sure there has to be some sort of cure for cancer out there. There's just gotta be. Because how we're gonna end up in a place where cancer is, pretty much a death sentence to anyone that receives it. Like, it could happen to literally anybody, and this is what happens afterwards. So it is a scary predicament. I think it's a lot more important than trying to get AIs to replace humans. We need to solve the human problem first, which is a lot of these sickness out there that has no cures. So God, I'm pretty sure if God wanted to, he could give us the intelligence to make a cure that could literally cure cancer and all sorts of other sicknesses out there when people are always saying that there's no cure for it. But if God wanted to, it could happen. A miracle could happen. I will never say that there's no sickness out there that cannot be cured. Because when I pray to God and he does a miracle, I testify that in front. I believe, okay, the doctor said that there was no cure, but God has cured me from this sickness, this cancer. Because with God, everything is possible. Humans have limits, but the Lord Jesus Christ and our Savior does not have any limits when it comes to that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. We're gonna just commentate a little bit more and then we'll conclude this video.
Researching female robots.
In today's rapidly developing society, female robots are gradually entering the public's view. Many people wonder, they cannot have children, so why are men still so obsessed with them? The answer is simple. Functionality is the key. With the serious gender imbalance today, many men cannot find suitable partners and live in long-term loneliness, emptiness, and emotional vacancy. When psychological and physical needs cannot be released normally, it can even create unnecessary risks for society. In this context, female robots fill that gap. They can accompany you anytime, never leave, never betray, and never quarrel. Whether emotion...
Yep, that's right. They will never leave you. They will never betray you. They will be obedient to you. And it's something you can always count on. But you know what I think? If for some reason any of their parts in the AI robot's body gets malfunction, it kind of feels like betrayal and ghosting to me. Why? Because a robot has its limits. It will not be the same capacity as a human being. They do not work the same. They depend on electricity, they depend on gas, they depend on mechanics in order to function. And if they are not functioning correctly, then they cannot serve you. They just ghost you by just not moving at all and not talking to you at all. So unless you're able to fix her, then, because you could probably fix her, but if you can't, then you're gonna have to replace her. So that's kind of like, oh well, my relationship ended, my investment went down the drain, I'm gonna have to buy a replacement because there's no way to fix her and stuff like that. Stuff you gotta think about. Like just like every single electronics out there, they are prone for failure at some point. They cannot last forever. You're not gonna expect buying a AI robot and for them to last like 50 years or so. That's not really realistic. I don't know how you're gonna be able to maintain it, but you have to run maintenance on these machines so they can continue living for longer. So there are some maintenance involved with these robots, just like there are maintenance when it comes to a human body, where you have to eat, you have to drink in order to maintain alive. That's the basic needs out there. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the link in the description below to the rest of the video, but we're pretty much done with the commentary. As a matter of fact, we only have less than a minute left, so how about we watch the rest of the video. But I'm still gonna leave both the video and the link to the person's channel that made this video in the description below. So now that we're here, let's just finish it up and then I'll give my conclusion on the whole thing.
Or intimate needs. They can provide stable, safe, and controllable responses, helping men relieve stress. Even though female robots cannot have children, the emotional value they bring is exactly why many men choose them. So what do you think? Should female robots exist? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I really look forward to hearing your voice. If you like this video, don't forget...
So you can see there, that female robot is a lot taller than a lot of the males out there. So they made that female robot around like 6'5" or something, because that's what it looks like to me. So yeah, what you guys think of this video? Do you agree to it? If so, please leave a like. Yep, click the like button. click the subscribe button and click the bell next to it so you'll be informed by any new Angry Guy videos and you will not miss any of them ever again. And also check out the Angry Creator Academy in the description below as well if you want to prepare yourself to combat against an all digital future and combat against you going in the streets and you being able to have something that sustains you and could give you a possible financial future. And there's nothing you can lose today if you just sign up and get the free blueprint today. So I hope you enjoyed there. Also, be sure to check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well in the description below. Because trust me, this guy says stuff over there on Rumble that you will never hear him say on YouTube because YouTube is a censor station and Rumble is where freedom of speech is encouraged. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If you want to check out my channel at Magbo Gaming in the description below, you can do so as well. Yeah, so Magbo Gaming is where I do my video game hunts. I show off my game collection. I show off different games that I hunt down and pickups and also video game discussion related videos. I am taking a little break from the channel right now because I'm creating a top 10 video which sometime next week it should be up. So if you're looking forward to my top 10 rarest Nintendo Switch games, you may want to subscribe to my channel so you know when it's up. And yeah, after that I should be a little bit more active on my channel. So I just want to be clear with you right there. Anyway, that's all I have to say and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo Gaming out. See ya. Bye-bye.